Welcome back to Aging Like a Badass. I'm Kimberly Price, your 40-something host, and I am back for one last episode of Aging Like a Badass. Yes, this is the final episode that I will be doing with this particular name. Not my final episode podcasting, but I've decided to retire Aging Like a Badass. I've decided to retire my 40s because tomorrow is my big birthday. Yes, you heard it. Tomorrow is my 50th birthday, and I'm actually super excited. I know women in their early 40s, maybe their 30s, are thinking, are you nuts? 50? You're excited to be 50? I actually am excited to be 50. And so I just wanted to take a few minutes on my exit out of my 40s before I hit 50 to thank all of you for being listeners this past 5 years. I started this podcast really I had several people say to me, you should start a podcast way back into the early 2000s. And I've actually done a lot of different things that weren't necessarily podcasts, but I've done vlogs. I've done series. I did a couple of cancer series where I had guests that I interviewed. And in 2019, I decided to take the plunge and do my own podcast. Called it Aging Like a Badass. My first episode was with a friend, Jesse Itzler, and my last episode was with a friend, Kelly Fisher. Every episode that I've had has been amazing. I've had some amazing guests with just incredible stories of transformation, overcoming, becoming, thriving through things in their life that they've been through. We've talked about everything from travel and adventure to the hardships that people have struggled through, women's issues and menopause and aging. Of course, aging like a badass, we tend to think that everything's centered around the process of your hair turning gray and whether or not you're going to use Botox and do I do this surgery, the transformation of going from your 40s to your 50s. And in actuality, I had just the unbelievable pleasure of having so many more guests on that we talked about deep things in life, raising children and, the death of loved ones, the things that they've been through in their life because of the struggles that they've had. So it was so much more than just about the physical body. It was, emotional, it was mental, it was spiritual. We had a lot of just incredible spiritual talks. And so I just wanted to thank all of the listeners and all of my guests for everything that you've given, everything that you shared, and all of the ways that this is going to continue to bless so many people as it continues to be out there for people to listen to. So I'd encourage you, if you haven't been able to listen to some of the episodes and you happen to catch this one, go back. It'll stay up on all the podcast platforms. And we're going to transition into something new because I feel like the 50s are something new. And so before I go, I just want to give you a couple of shots of, what do I look at in this last decade as being, a couple of the top things that I've experienced and where am I at today? One, my expectation of my 40s, completely blown away by what I've experienced. Life has just gotten better and better and better. And I look forward to my 50s and I hear that it gets even better in your 50s. Discovery of my identity, such a powerful thing, such a powerful thing. And that came through the growth of my faith, knowing my identity in Christ, who I really am, knowing that how the world judges me and the regrets that I have and the past that I have and the decisions that I've made, they don't define me. My sickness doesn't define me. That I have this incredible future and opportunity to become who I've been created to be. And I was created for such a time as this. So finding my voice in my 40s, being able to stand in who I am and do that in love, not do that in a way that offends people or, puts them down, but encourages them and brings them light and love and hope for what's possible in them becoming who they were created to be. So those have been a couple of the big highlights that, regardless of where you've been, what you've experienced, the regrets that you've had, all of the things in your past, there is hope in the future. And it doesn't end with today. It doesn't end with who you were or what you didn't do or what you haven't had. You get the opportunity to choose life every single day. So if you're living here now and you're breathing and you're, regardless of the struggles you're going through, the perspective that you keep is absolutely the life that you're going to live. And so I look forward to my 50s, more adventures. I love to adventure. I look forward to watching my kids continue to grow up. And I'm very grateful. I'm grateful for my husband, for all of the things he's done for our family. I'm thankful for his love, his forgiveness, his kindness, his gentleness, for putting up with me and my ADHD, wild, perimenopausal, absent-minded brain that I've had the last few years. He's been incredibly patient, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate and love my kids and family so much. They've always been such a huge part of my life and my becoming. And so I'm grateful for their patience and love. And I'm looking forward to all the things that we're going to do together into the 50s. And I look forward to seeing you back, because I know the world is crazy and it's upside down. And a lot of people feel hopeless and helpless and are struggling. And mental illness is at an all-time high. And sickness, there's more diagnoses of things. And there's just so many things. And so I'm going to leave you with this in my 40s. There are so many things, but on the other side of everything, there's hope and there's light and there's so much possibility. And so as I stand up tomorrow on November 2nd, on my 50th birthday, I stand with a new voice. I stand with a transformed heart. I stand with, hopefully, the hope and light and joy and peace and all of the things that we can walk out together. Create those trusted spaces where you can come once a week, maybe, and listen in and find a story from someone else that gives you a piece of something that allows you to take that next step forward. And there are so many people in the world with so many wonderful stories to tell, so many transformational stories of hope. So I'm excited to share. I'm excited to share what's on the horizon that's been in my vision. I'm excited to share more about what happened in my 40s and brought me to this place that I'm in today. And I'm so grateful for the wisdom of my 40s. So grateful. And I'm so grateful to pass that along to women that are coming behind me in their 40s, and look forward to it. Embrace it. The wrinkles, the gray hair, all of the things, there's so much to being able to let go of that and just not care so much about those things anymore. And so I'm excited to walk along with you in that too. So here's to checking out of my 40s and checking into my 50s and experiencing all the things that await me. So I appreciate you. Super grateful for you. Love all of you. And I'll see you on the flip side. I'm out.